Welcome everyone. Thanks for checking in again to week 3. Hopefully you've gone all right the last 2 weeks and haven't been too sore. This week it's just me. John's away working on some stuff to do with Parkinson's disease. We're going to layer on top of what we've done in the previous weeks though. What you'll need is just your tea towel please, and maybe a water bottle handy. If you could please make sure that you have a good amount of space around you and you're free to stand up, that will be perfect. First exercise we're going to do today is just working on our bracing again and trying to keep our core on. So first of all, I just want you to sit up as tall as you possibly can. You're going to breathe into your stomach over 3 seconds, controlled, and then breathe out over 3 seconds. Every breath, I just want you to try and sit up a little bit taller, make your head a little bit higher. We're going to go for a whole minute here. Sitting up as tall as you can, put some weight through your feet. I don't want you leaning in the backrest of the chair. Breathe right into your stomach and then a long exhale afterwards. Another 30 seconds through this one, we'll keep going. Now that our core's turned on and we're sitting nice and tall, we're going to work on some side bend. Everyone might have a different range of motion here, so don't judge yourself, just go where you're comfortable. So we're going to look to the sky and we're going to slowly try and touch one hand on the ground if you can. See how far you can go. If you can only get a little bit, that's okay. Just work whatever range you have. We're going to alternate sides, still trying to control our breathing, going in over 3 seconds. And then out over 3 seconds. So I'm just dipping to one side, seeing if I can touch the ground. I can't, I'm too stiff, so I'll just work to the other side. Just going through whatever range I have. But I'm trying to maintain some brace. I'm not letting my core just go limp. We'll go for another few reps here as we slowly start to get a bit more range of motion through the spine and our ability to laterally flex the spine. You can take a couple deep breaths and relax. If that was a tough one for you, you're just going to do the same exercise again. If it was all right, then we're going to bring one arm to the sky. You're going to look at the hand in the sky and you're going to do the same movement. But now you're going to dip forward a little bit more. So my hand's coming about equal with my knee. I'll show you a side-on view. So I'm looking at my hand and then I'm just dipping forward as I try to touch the ground. Just going to engage all of my lower back and I'm going to get some glute as well. You can alternate sides here as we try to open up this range of motion. We'll get another 10 reps in. This is mainly working a muscle called QL, which is a big stabilizer of the lumbar spine and the pelvis. So it'll help you when you're trying to sit to stand or carry things out from the car or whatever you're up to. 2 more on each side and then we'll move on. Nice, great work. You can grab a breath quickly if you'd like to. I'll go side on for the next exercise to give you the best example. We're going to take a few deep breaths and reset again. You're going to sit up nice and tall for me. We're going to aim to keep a straight spine here and you're going to lean right over, trying to keep straight back. See how far you can go. You're going to pause at the bottom and then come back up. So I'm pushing my hips back, keeping my back straight, bringing my chest to my knees and then coming up out of the position. you can't get your chest to your knees, that's okay. You might just have a bit of a mobility deficit through the hip, or maybe your stomach gets in the way, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Just do whatever range you can do. It's another glute, hamstring, lower back exercise. So the muscles that help us walk, help us carry a backpack. The glutes are the biggest muscle in the body, so they've got quite a high work capacity. That's why I want us to work up to 20 reps on this exercise. If you need to take a break, that's okay. I encourage you to do so. At the top, I'm getting my head as tall as I can, and then I'll hinge back over, trying to maintain that straight spine. Resetting after every rep. We'll go for a few more here. Once again, take rest if you need to. See if you can improve your range of motion. If you're struggling to get down and you want to get a bit of extra range of motion, I find putting my hands on my chest helps quite a lot. So just put some of my body weight forward. You can reset, have a breath. If you need a drink quickly, that's okay. This is the core segment of today's training. Before we move on from the core segment, I just want to hit those windmills and that hinge once again. So that's arm in the sky, and then find a little bit of side bend. We're going to do 10 reps on our left side, then 10 reps on our right side. Hopefully, third time round, you have a little bit more mobility now, and you can bend over a little bit further. Great work. We'll switch sides. Last one on this exercise. Once again, bending to the side, get the other side. We want 10 reps here. You might feel a bit of fatigue building up. That's okay. As long as you don't have sharp pain, try to push through it. It'll help you build muscle. Eight. 2 more reps, doing well. And then to finish off the core segment, we're going to do that seated hinge once again. I'll turn sideways so you guys have a good view. Hands on chest, you're going to slowly lower your body forward, try and keep a straight spine as far as you can go, and then come back up to the top. Once again, our goal here is 20 reps. If that's a bit much for you, that's okay. Just see what you can do. Maybe you can get more. Yeah, so once again, it's just a great exercise if you need to pick anything up off the ground or just carrying anything in general. Works the whole posterior chain, your glutes, your bum. Help you get out of bed, anything like that. If you need a rest, that's okay. You can keep going. We're about halfway. We're going to have another 10 reps here. Still trying to control your breathing. 2 reps. Great work. That is the core segment of today's training done. We're going to move on to the hip next. If you want to grab a quick drink, you've got 30 seconds to do so now. I'm just going to grab a sip of water myself. Once you're ready to resume, get comfortable in your chair again. The next exercise we've done in the last 2 weeks, it's called a sit to stand. So you're going to get up out of your chair and then lower yourself back down. Make sure that you have your feet fully planted on the ground and you're in a stable spot. There's nothing on the floor in front of you. What we're going to do today is I'm going to set a time limit. You're going to have 1 minute and you're going to see how many reps you can get in that minute. You're then going to have a whole minute's rest and we're going to do the exact same exercise again and see if you can beat the previous score. We'll do a couple warm-up reps just to make sure you're comfortable and safe. We'll do 3 warm-up reps together now if you like. So you're pushing through your feet and then standing up at a pace that suits you. 1, 2, still trying to control your breathing. That's 3 warm-up reps for me. You can take a second to shake them out. We'll begin the 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clock's on. Count your reps. How many can you get? Sit to stand. Don't rush. Be in a controlled manner. Just keep score and see how many good quality reps you can get out. We're a quarter of the way through the timer here. If you need a rest, that's okay. Make sure you take it. If you can keep on going, then let's get a good score. Halfway through the round, you're probably going to feel a bit of fatigue building up now. If you feel lightheaded at all, then stop and get a drink. If you're feeling okay, then keep trucking. You got 15 seconds left. 10 seconds, keep working if you can. Make sure you're still balanced. 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1. If you want to share your score, feel free to send it in the chat. We're going to take a quick rest now, have a drink, and then we'll have one more go at that in a minute. During this rest, you can just control your breathing if you like. Breathe in over 3 seconds. Then breathe out over 3 seconds. We'll restart another 30 seconds here, halfway through the rest period. Deep breaths, trying to relax after that minute of work. 10 seconds and we start again. 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Sit to stand. Can you beat the previous score? Make sure you're comfortable and then go for it. Apply yourself fully. Great work. We're approaching halfway here. Take a rest if you need it. If you're feeling good, keep working hard. This will really pay off at some high volume work, so you'll probably feel some fatigue in the legs. You've got 20 seconds left. We've done 40 seconds. You're 2/3 of the way there. You got 10 seconds left. How many more can you get out? 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Great work. Did you beat your second score, anyone? Hopefully. Grab a quick drink if you need it. For the next exercise, I'm going to have you standing up. Make sure you've got something to lean onto to help you balance if you need it. Adjust this camera. So this next movement is actually a progression from the seated hinge that we did. So a hinge just means your hips fold forward like this. So we were doing that in the chair earlier. I want you to make sure that you keep your shins vertical. You're going to stand up as tall as you can with your core braced, like we spoke about each week. So your core's turned on, you're standing nice and tall, you feel some tension in your stomach, you're pulling your belly button in. And from there, you're going to push your hips back. I can hold onto the chair to help balance me. I'm trying to keep a straight spine. And then I'm going to stand back up. So I'm going to hinge over, feel the position, and then stand back up. It's a really functional exercise. We've progressed it from being in the chair to now freestanding. You might be able to guess that eventually I want to progress this to picking something up off the ground. So it's really practical, and if you get good at this movement, it will help you a lot around the house. Just picking up random stuff, like if you have a carton of Coke there or something that, like, 10 cans of Coke that might weigh a little bit. It's really important to be strong through these back stabilizing muscles. If you need a rest, that's okay, take it. If not, we'll get a few more reps out. Great work, have a breath, shake it out if you need to. We're still going to be standing for the next exercise, and I want something to lean onto if you need to. If you need more rest, take it. For those who don't, I'm going to keep going. So we're going to go high marches now. So I want one high knee, then the opposite. So side view would look like this. Whatever cadence you can do, that's okay. If you need to hold on to something, that's okay too. We're going to try to last the whole minute of marching here. So when you're ready, clock's on, let's get started. Try and feel your core and become aware of the muscles around your stomach in this exercise. They're pulling your leg up, and then you're pushing the floor away with the other leg. Quite a hard exercise. Only get your knees as high as you can. There's no pressure. Take rest as you need to. We're 30 seconds through. We have 30 seconds left. Another 10 seconds. 10 seconds for those still going. And then we'll have a good rest. We've been working quite hard, to be fair. Nice. 3, 2, 1. You got 30 seconds to have a drink. For those who are ready to go, we're going to go back into that standing hinge. So that's where you're just pushing your hips back, keeping a straight spine with the chair in front of you to counterbalance if you need. So I'm pushing my bum back, I'm feeling the backs of my thighs, and then I'm pushing my hips through. On this one, rep to rep, what I'll be looking to improve is just my range of motion. If I can only get to my knee, and the next rep I might try to get just below my knee. Another 15 seconds on this exercise. Doing really well. This has been quite an intense session. Eight, 9, 10. If you need a rest, take it. If not, we're going to transition into that march once again for a minute. So high knees, alternating sides. Clock's on, 1 minute of work. Let's go. This is the last of our leg work, and we're going to move on to the upper body. So give it everything you've got for the last minute here. And then we'll work on the arms. Great work. We're about 30 seconds in, 30 seconds to go. Keep working if you can. If you need a drink, that's okay. Keep working, driving that knee up. We got 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Grab a drink and you can get seated again. We're going to transition to the upper body now for the final 10 minutes. That was quite a hard segment, so I'll give you a full 30 seconds. Do what you need to do, get a drink. For the next segment of exercise, you'll need access to a wall. So make sure you have access to a wall, please. First exercise of the upper body segment we actually did last week. It's bent over Y raise. So you're going to start from that hinged position that we've developed from seated. So you're seated, you're pushing your chest towards your knees, and then I want you to raise your elbows up past your ears if you can. You want your thumb facing to the sky. We'll do this together. I'll give you a minute to work on this exercise. If you can hold at the top for a second, that's ideal. This exercise is designed to open up your chest and your T-spine. You can keep working while I'm talking. If you've been hunched over reading a book or playing a card game or anything like that, you'll get quite tight through your pecs, and that can lead to upper back aches or aches across the back of your shoulder blades. It's quite a good exercise to resolve that. So if you get that at home, you feel free to throw this one in your home routine when you're just watching TV or whatever. We'll go for another 15 seconds here. Great work. Next one, we're going to stand up out of the chair and we're going to find our way to a wall. Take your time here. I'll give you plenty of time to do the transition and get to the wall. Going to line up next to the wall when you're ready. If you're not ready, don't worry. I'll just slowly guide you through. Go at your own pace. You're going to have your hands on the wall about shoulder width apart. What I want to do from here is we're actually not going to do a push-up to start. You're going to push your shoulder blades back and your stomach back towards the other wall so you're getting a good stretch. Then you do the opposite. You'll push your chest through and your head to the sky. So stomach, you want to push behind you and your head down, and you transition and put your head to the sky and your stomach forward. This is a little bit more tricky, this one. So if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. But we're pushing our stomach back towards the wall and then our head to the sky. So we're going through two end ranges of movement here. Really trying to get our upper back working through some range of motion again. You might hear a few cracks here. As long as there's no pain, that's okay. It's just a range of motion you haven't worked in for a little while. I'll give you another 30 seconds to work on this one if you like. Just go at your own pace. If you need a break, that's okay. So you're pushing your stomach back and your chin down. Then your eyes to the sky and your stomach forward. For your legs, I just want a soft bend in your knees, so they're not dead straight, but they're pretty straight. So I'm not forcing them back. They're just got a soft bend and I'm standing upright. I want you to be as tall as you can be. We'll now transition into the wall push-up. So you're going to slowly lower yourself to the wall as slow as you can. The key here is the control of the speed. That's where you're going to load the muscles of the chest. When you get close to the wall, you can push yourself back off the wall. Slowly lowering, feeling my chest open up, trying to resist the force of gravity, and then I'll push away, developing the strength for the pushing movement. No worries, Maggie, all good. Thank you. Continue with these push-ups. I'm going to give you a whole minute here to get as many reps done as you can personally. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. If you need a break, that's okay. But really focus on trying to control that lowering phase. Ten seconds to work on this exercise, and we'll move on. Great work. And the final exercise, you can either do this seated or standing. I'm going to encourage you to stand because that's going to make you coordinate your body more and use a little bit more balance. Just make sure you have something nearby that you can hold on to. The actual exercise itself isn't new. We're going to be using the tea towel for this one. You're going to grab one hand on either end of the tea towel and you're going to bring it up to about shoulder height. I'm then going to try and pull the tea towel apart. Obviously I can't, so you can't see any movement, but it's an isometric hold, so I'm creating tension by trying to rip that tea towel apart. I'm going to hold this for 30 seconds. You should feel it all through your upper back, all through this region here. And just squeezing that tension. You can actually create a lot of force but just by trying to pull apart this tea towel. Another 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Breathe and relax. Shake it out if you need to. Once you're ready to go, we're going to get that tea towel back up. And this time, you're creating that same tension, trying to pull the tea towel apart, feeling it through your upper back, and you're going to raise it above your head, or as far as you can go. Everyone will have different ranges of motion. Hopefully, we've opened up your chest a little bit earlier today, so you can get it above your head. That's the gold standard. So this is really good for just general shoulder mobility, reaching stuff from high cupboards, or having a shower and adjusting the shower head, anything like that. Really basic function that we should all have access to is just try and get your hands above your head. I'll give you a minute to work through this exercise, and this is our final exercise, so make the most of it. It's quite hard with the tension in the bands. If you need a break, that's okay. So you're pulling it apart, raising it over your head. We've got another 30 seconds here. "15 seconds. Keep getting reps if you can. I'm getting quite fatigued, so I hope you are. Otherwise, I feel bad. I'm the instructor. They're quite hard. 3, 2, 1. Just to finish off, I'll get you sat down again, nice and comfortable. We're just going to resume the very first exercise that we did, which is some deep breathing. Breathe it in over 3 seconds and then out over 3 seconds. Just sit up as tall as you can and try and relax your breathing. That was quite a tough workout. You've done really well. We're going to be back in a fortnight's time. If you have any requests or anything that you personally want to work on, please send us an email and we'll get that done.